So,
Okay, back to English. English to back.
English to back.
How loud are we?
We are.
Normal.
Have you shut off your
Yeah.
headphones?
But your microphone is not on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No?
Which one is yours? This one
Number-
is 6/2.
Yeah,
That's
that's
you.
yes, that's me, and you are number
Oh
3.
shit! This is shit. I don't know why I read that as 0. I'm old. Yeah, that's not. No, this is 6. This is 6/2. Cool. Then we're good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Then we're good. Never mind. Never
I-
mind.
I think so, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hear shit.
Why? I hear everything. Why are you not hearing, Rombert? Can you hear us now?
Maybe it's
Maybelline.
Maybelline. Yeah. Hello.
I can hear you. Talk.
Blah blah
Yes.
blah blah. Blah. Yeah. So
Talk
maybe
again?
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just like the perfect volume to voice ratio.
Cool.
So it's not like screaming in our heads.
Ah!
Yeah, like
that
that.
was screaming.
Yeah,
that was
that's
good.
where we go. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Good.
All right. I'm gonna just
let's
drag this over
let's
here.
get-
Oh shit!
Hey,
Yeah,
oh,
that does not work
Comfy.
because table is tipping.
Okay.
Ah!
I can get used to this.
Yeah, this is. Oh shit! Yeah, I can't pull my mic because this table is. All right. Welcome back
Welcome.
to the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias,
And me, Robert.
and today we're going to be talking about Inktober.
Wrap up.
See there, we did it.
Yeah.
So welcome to episode
116.
I was going to say like 1060.
1,000 and...
Yeah. So
Not yet.
116.
116.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with that, then go over to toolies and talk a bit about toolies, and go over to the retro,
And talk a little bit about retro.
and then the end.
And then the end.
As usual.
Yeah. And there was no retro homework for this episode.
Yeah.
So don't worry if you think you
Missed
missed
it? Yeah.
something. You did not. And yeah. So how is life?
Life
buddy?
is good. Like Inktober has taken up a lot of my time, and that's all I have.
Well, I think that is pretty much the standard when it comes to October.
Yeah.
These
It's
last
always
few
the
years.
same. Yeah.
Even if you're not really participating in October as much as we are this year,
Mhm.
it's always there. Like
It's always there.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how are you, buddy?
I was still recuperating, but I have reached the point where I'm okay about talking about stuffs. So, if you listeners out there remember, when we started talking about Inktober, we said that around like the halfway mark, something in our lives is going to happen, and it's just going to affect like the Inktober thing, and it's all going to go to hell.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't affect the Inktober thing more than it gave me sort of new material to use for Inktober.
Mm-hmm.
Darkness. But yeah, I am single now. So
Sounds like an ad.
yeah, it's so weird.
Fuck, dude.
It's equally horrible and good, I think.
And also end of an era on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Just since it's been a big part of it.
I mean, we're still super good friends. We still love each other very much. It's just, life. And 2020, I guess.
2020, yeah.
Like for the fucking win this year. So yeah, and that sort of happened around the halfway mark.
Yeah, fucking this. Yeah.
So my prediction fell through, I guess. But I'm dealing with it in my certain way of dealing with things, which is just shove it down deep inside you and close it away from everybody, and then let it come out in these beautiful bursts of annoyance and anger. And Inktober. So yeah, but no, apart from that horrible shit, I am good. Like it feels like a good thing. And I'm excited to see sort of what happens now. Like what's going to be the next adventure in my life. And also just nice to be by myself for a bit
Mm.
and find out what the fuck I want, I guess.
Yeah, figure
Like,
shit out.
That's been what I wanted to do this whole year, but I just can't reach that point, I guess. Like, I don't know what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But again, like, this is a good sort of way to be forced into
Life.
yeah. So I'm sure like in a couple of months I will be super grateful to Anna for like initiating this. And but yeah, so that will probably be the last time you hear her name on this podcast. So but with all that said and done, I still really, really love Anna very much, and she will always be a great friend and a good resource to the podcast because just fun, stupid stories.
Yep.
But yeah, so that is the new news. All right, and I'm sick of us talking. Let's go into song.
Go!
Go planet! What?
I don't know.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
I did a Captain Planet thing.
Go planet?
Go Planet!
Yeah, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, intro song.
Captain Planet, he's the hero. Got it down to zero. He is on the rest of the lyrics. And he's going to do stuff. Go, Heroes, go.
I think we've been back for a while now. But
But we're back.
Yeah.
Yes, very back.
From outer space.
Baby Scott back. Right?
Oh my God. I'm so close to walking out of here.
But. Come on, but.
But, yeah.
Baby Scott back, but. Just like.
Nobody got that. I didn't get that. That's the stupidest.
It's because you're all stupid.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on.
Baby got butt.
Baby Scott butt. Let's say a big thank you to everyone who listens to this podcast.
Because we love you so fucking much.
Yeah. Holy shit. Your support and just like, there are no words.
No.
Like, I still don't understand when you listen to the podcast, especially episodes where I feel they sucked. And you guys were like, oh, this was a really good. Yeah, but that's exactly. And you guys are so fucking supportive. Like, some episodes, you know, when we release them, I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this one to go out.
Yeah.
But then you guys are like, oh, that was exactly what I needed. Or, you know, like, that really helped me get a new perspective on things. And I'm like, where in this episode did you find this sort of like...
Yeah, where was this profundity, profundness, or whatever you want to call it?
Profound moment in whatever the fuck we said, because we
totally missed it.
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, like, I'm just going to take it and be super grateful that you enjoy it.
Exactly. I will take it any which way, shape, or form you give it.
You give it, yeah.
Yes. And speaking of which, today I just stumbled upon an artist on Instagram called Created by Imrie. That's IMRIE. Imrie. Created by Imrie. And she... I assume he, or we assume he.
We assume he.
Yeah, he draws a lot of really cool, cutesy type robots and creatures and stuff, but all very, like, almost graffiti character-esque. A bit like Artem, in a way, like you said.
Like a simplified, cute
Artem.
Artem, yeah.
Yeah. So I just shouted them out, and then they said, oh, thanks for shouting. And a few moments later, we're like, oh, I just realized that you're like the guy from Sketchbook Heroes. I listen to your podcast, man, when I can. And keep up the great work. And that was so like extremely random. So like stuff like this is incredible. But thank you so much again.
And I want to say something else regarding that. Like the numbers say that we have more listeners than we are talking to. You know, like there's a lot of you on the Discord that we talk to, like, you know, every now and then, and I know who you are and stuff like that. Then there's this bigger half or like bigger chunk of you that we have no idea that you even listen.
No.
Like, and every time like one of you sort of reach out or, you know, it's so insane, you know, because I'm used to like, we have 5 listeners, you know, like that's what it feels like sometimes, you know, like there's this like group of 20 artists that we talk to often enough.
I mean, we do joke about it constantly.
Yeah.
It's become sort of like an inside joke that we only have like the 5.
Yeah, but the 5 that listen to
till
the end. Yeah. And it is just so cool that sometimes every now and then like, oh yeah, dude, by the way, love the show. And I'm like, I don't recognize this person at all. And it's always fun to get some new faces, like, connected to the podcast.
Yeah.
So, again, big thanks for supporting us and what we do, just trying to bring this little community together.
And please like and share and spread the word as much as you can, because every little bit helps. And this way we can reach more of those really awesome people out there, hopefully. And so if you do like the podcast, please
spam it so we don't have to.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Less work for us means more podcast for you.
Yes, that is true. Could have just made it into one joke. Okay, so Inktober. We've all done it, except William, I guess.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, loser.
Yeah. Well, like, knowing how fast he draws, he's probably like, after last episode, he went home and just finished all 31.
All 31.
Yeah, and that was really cool, by the way, just having a foursome in the studio.
Holy shit. That was, like, it didn't become as chaotic, like, if you don't count the first 5 minutes.
Yeah. But, I mean, we got into it fairly quickly. And I think we are professional enough to really give people the space they need to talk.
We're like Jackie Chan.
Exactly.
We like to let people talk.
We like to talk. So we can find out how full of shit they are. Yeah. I've wanted to use that reference for so long.
Good. So good.
It's always in my head. We like to talk. We like to talk. But yeah, that was really cool. For the first time ever in Sketchbook Heroes history, having more than 3 people talking.
On 3 microphones.
On 3 mics, yeah. Well, I mean, we did have 3 people on 2 microphones, so this was the logical expansion, I guess.
And also, big shout out to Matthias as well, who was here. He's done all of our animation stuff and all the stupid stuff that has come out of the Sketchbook Heroes account.
Yeah, Matthias is the stupid of the Sketchbook
Heroes.
exactly.
No, but dude.
No, he's like the best and nicest fucker out there.
Fuck, yeah.
I've never seen him mad. I've never seen him, like, curse.
Dude, I've seen him somewhat mad, but it's still like...
Well, you worked with him.
But he's kind.
Yeah.
He's always kind.
He's from the north.
Like, I would never be kind in that way that he is.
Well, you aren't.
Thank you.
You're an asshole.
I'm like, it's a compliment. But yeah, Inktober.
Yes.
So we made some predictions last time.
Yes, we did.
And I guess we're going to not only talk Inktober, we're going to talk about our experiences, but also sort of the social media thing side of it, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. What's happened to the social during this pandemic. No, that is Inktober.
Like some observations there as well.
Yes. And so the cool thing here, right off the bat, is that we've gone about this totally different ways. Like, I posted in the mornings, you posted at night.
Fucking after midnight.
You've used all the hashtags and done it like the right way. I've used pretty much no hashtags and done it the wrong way. I've made sloppy, ugly looking shit. You've made really beautiful stuff. Like, everything is, we are on polar opposites here on this Inktober, which I think is the coolest thing ever that I'm just going to say that I did this on purpose.
Of course.
Yeah, that's why.
Totally planned.
Yeah, so planned.
Mighty and powerful gods.
Yes. But so that's what I've look forward to talking about today.
So one prediction did like ring true, and that was the one where like somewhere past the halfway point or by the halfway point, something would fuck us over.
Yes. Which, I mean, yeah, it did. But like I said, for me...
You managed to dodge it, though, yeah.
For me, Inktober was a little bit of a safe place to go.
Yeah.
Because it kept me occupied, so...
Yeah, you've been ahead for a long while.
I've been ahead since the start, really. So what I did was, and I think we have mentioned the way we built all of this up, but the way I started off Inktober was I had one day off, and for that day off, for the biggest amount of time I could spare that day, I just sketched up ideas. So I drew up 10 pieces from the get-go, and then I finished them off. Like, as soon as I had a moment to myself, I just inked my sketches. That way, I already had 10 sketches the first, 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I just kept building like that. So whenever I had a spare moment, I would sit down, either draw ideas or ink out stuff that I had drawn up prior.
Smart.
And it was just the easiest way to go. But with that said, all the ideas I drew up were not the best. And some of them were really just drawn out of my ass. Like, a dagger. Okay, a chalice with fire. So no more than a couple of seconds thought to each thing that I did. Which is also fun, because I'll get to that later. But you can see sort of where my life took the turn. When, especially the one, there's a guy who he rips open his chest or his shirt, and there's Inktober sprayed all over the top part of the image, and it's very dramatic. That's when I got dumped, and it was just I wanted to do that. That was what I felt like inside, but outside I was just calm, collected, and very friendly. So it did help me to do more interesting works, I guess. But it didn't come true in the form I thought, where it would affect me as much that I wouldn't be able to do any more Inktober's, or I would fall behind. So for me, I've stayed safe throughout this whole thing. And you are still on the day.
I'm on the day, yeah. Today is going to be a tough one because I have work that I didn't have time to do, and I have that damn hide prompt.
Of course.
And I just can't make that idea work.
Well, yes you can.
Yes.
Easily.
They've all taken, the further, for me, the biggest or the hardest thing has been sleep.
Yeah.
Or getting sleep, because I've been drawing these fairly late at night with no idea what to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't follow my own advice, in the beginning, where I was doing it earlier on the day, and then I was drawing it. In the beginning, it was fine. And then as soon as because I was a day ahead every time.
Yeah.
The first, I don't know, before the 10 days.
And I mean, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, you want to be there.
That's a good sweet spot.
Yeah. But I just lost that over one day. I don't remember when. And then now I've just been sort of on the day. And that one is the worst.
Because I've felt like you've been on the day every day.
Yeah. But it turned more than half the time it's been on the day.
Yeah.
So it was just the first maybe 6-7 days that I was ahead. Then something happened. I don't remember what. My daughter's birthday maybe or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, shit. That was earlier. Something.
But do you think that's helped you in just finishing pieces?
No, I've still spent a lot of time. That's why I haven't been sleeping. I've spent the time that I need to come up with an idea and then actually drawing it. So the drawing part is not the hard part. Not sometimes, but the idea, making the idea work so that I can ink it from start to finish. Yeah. That's the problem. Because I can have one,
pretty much.
Because I can draw let's say I have an idea, okay, this is gonna happen, but then I can't I need to have all the pieces there, because if I start inking and I don't know something, I fuck it up immediately. That's the problem with these new ones. Like the old version of them, I just let them grow. But the problem with that is that they were super messy. Like I realized now going back and looking at them, there are just a few of them that hold up this year that I did last. And the ones of this year have a bit more story to them because I've been thinking about it more.
You've given them more time.
Yeah,
so
and also given them more time. Yeah, and I've been trying to sort of draw what I wanted to draw rather than just do sightseeing pics. You know what I mean? That was the whole thing last year.
Yeah.
But without last year, I wouldn't have had this year. Like the growth.
Yeah, yeah. But also this year you did the prompts.
Yeah, I did the prompts.
Sort of religiously.
That fucked me over so hard. The prompts on some days are so difficult with the theme that I have.
So did you feel like that was not to your advantage or like in retrospect?
Both. Like had I not done the prompts, I probably would have done sightseeing. Yeah. Like I think so. Like because the prompts have forced me to get out and try new things.
And activate your characters as well.
Yeah, exactly, and have them do things. And I've chosen not to do the easiest one, like Blade. I could have just drawn a sword.
Or Wesley.
But I just Blade 3. But I could have chosen to just draw her holding a sword like any other day. But I chose to do like this challenging pose where she throws it, towards the camera, and there's this like 3 tentacle things coming at her, and I don't know. And it worked.
Action,
yeah, because that's what I wanted, to not draw her statically all the time.
Yeah, and it really does show. And I think that was sort of the kickoff, or how do you say, like the tip-off point, or that's
my Inktober?
That's where you really started activating a lot more.
Yeah.
I feel like
so. Was that the first one?
No, it wasn't the first one.
No, I mean the first one that I did action pose.
Because you did a few, but with that one, it felt like you kept going back to more advanced poses.
Yeah.
Not with all of them.
No.
It just felt like
I wanted to.
that really helped you push it.
Yeah. The first one was the rodent, day 6. Where she jumps up in the air and cuts the rat king's head off.
That one. I love
that. That was a fun one because I saw it in my head, like anime. What?
That was the one right before?
Like 2 days before, 3 days before. That one was fun. Oh shit!
Because that was when we saw Sword of the Stranger, I think. Wasn't it?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah,
but yeah,
because I just felt like it was inspired by.
But it was fun.
Swords.
Like it was fun to just. Because I was out of ideas, and I just like, fuck, I don't know how to like make a rat work. And then I was like, okay, it's like a big rat, and I'll have him sort of, and I could just draw him from my head, sort of, like it was not that hard.
Yeah.
And then her pose was the challenging one, and I fucked it up now that I look at the leg, but it's fine. Like it works. Nobody thinks about that stuff, like it's my stuff.
I mean, it's just it's an Instagram image.
Yeah,
so,
fuck it.
You look at it, you like it, you think it's awesome, and then you scroll by it. Like it's so sad, really. That's why I hope you do something with it, like really do, because
I'm really sort of like, that is one of the things that I've been thinking about, like right now, since we have a few more days to go when we're recording this.
Yeah, today is 26.
Yeah,
right?
26. Yeah. So I have 6 more days, right?
5.
Sure. But I'm counting today since I haven't done it.
Yes, then yes.
So yeah, how I'm gonna sort of like make this into something, and not to lose the momentum that I have, but also getting sleep, because I can't be drawing like one of these a day for the rest of the year.
Well, you can, but
or I can, but yeah,
I wouldn't want to talk to you after another week of it.
No. So the idea is to sort of like pull down the tempo, like write a bit, and post an image, like a couple.
When you have an image.
Yeah. And also just do a couple of them a week just to force myself to keep doing them.
Yeah.
Because if I take a break, like I did, or I didn't take a break last year because I kept just spewing them out.
Yeah.
But this year I won't take a break either, but I won't be posting every day. I'll try to pull it back a bit so I can write a bit, come up with like maybe work on the story, and
maybe give them a little bit more time and love instead of just trying to finish them.
Yeah, exactly. And then work on the characters more. Like maybe post, like not only finished illustrations, but like turnarounds or like, outfit ideas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just try to like work on them, not be so anal about, just ink. Because now I need to, like start thinking about
what's the next?
Yeah.
Like how do you evolve from this?
Yeah. And maybe go digital as well, but trying to find a digital style so that I can make it into a graphic novel. Like, sure, I could do it traditionally, but I hate scanning shit.
Yeah.
It's the worst. So I'd rather not do that and just find a way to do them sort of like, so they look traditional, because I want to mix it between sort of like an inking style and a sort of graphite pencil style.
Yeah.
And have those be
like
sort of,
sketch style.
Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be sketchy.
Yeah.
So
I love that. Like I've always loved that mix. Just
because I always want to buy comics that are in their rough pencils rather than in any type of digital coloring.
That's why I love that at least the DC comics universe have the unwrapped versions.
Yeah,
I'm sure the Marvel
they do as well.
But just getting like the full comic book of like Hush, for example, just in pencils. Like you can see Jim Lee's original stuff. Like it's so inspiring. It's so cool. So that's something I can recommend anybody that is a little bit of a geek and love the same type of style that we talk about here. The Unwrapped series. Go forth and enjoy that shit. Get inspired. I want to do something with mine as well, even though I'm not super happy with it, but there is a journey in Inktober in itself.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sort of Jake Parker has been a little bit angry, I guess, with people taking advantage of said journey when they put Inktober on whatever they publish. If they make a book out of it,
I just saw something like that recently where people are using the logo for Inktober on their books.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. We just went through this last year or whenever the fuck that was. Yeah. But but of course I want to capitalize on this as well. No, I want to do sort of like a journal with these pieces. So like the ones that I started out with weren't all that special, but when shit hit the fan, so to speak, a lot of stuff started bubbling up in my brain, and I thought it'd be cool to have like a book where we have my thoughts on creating the piece like on one side and then the piece on the other. So on each double spread you get the story and the image, sort of like that, and just do like a really small book-ish, I guess. So that's just an idea that I've been playing around with a bit, and I don't know. It's more because they're all in the same format and it looks really clean. It would look nice as a printed format too.
It would be nice to have it on non-glossy paper.
Yeah.
Like more rough textured paper so that it looks like ink on paper.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it would be really nice.
But because they're also made, or not all of them, but most of them are made to be sort of used as tattoos as well, or to become tattoos. Even combining them and making them into like a cool tattoo piece. So that's why I thought like I'd print it, have it in the shop. So it's like a more advanced flash book. So when people come in, they can see like, oh, that's a really cool, like I would love to have that as a tattoo, but then they can read my thoughts on how I came about creating that flash piece as well. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to do something more with stuff that already is out there,
And also just doing it might give you other ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Like real stuff that you want to pursue. Like, shit, this is what I should have done,
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you don't do anything, you probably won't get any new ideas either.
That's it.
So I kind of like that.
Yeah. And also because both of us are now sort of a little bit interested in, I guess, the book format in general.
Again.
Yeah, again. But yeah, just to sort of keep sort of scratching that a little bit and see, like, so I don't get out of the whole book format.
Yeah.
So I keep myself in there in any way I can. And I think this is what we do subliminally. Like the both of us unconsciously, where we get into something so much that we just keep doing that thing without knowing that we keep at it. And that's why we achieve goals.
Things, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't give up. Our brain just keeps making us do it because we've told ourselves this is what we want to do. And I think that's what you out there should do as well. If you have a dream, just push it.
And don't worry about it being good enough or not. Just fucking do something.
Exactly, because nobody, like, you can never say what's good enough, really, unless it's just for you, speaking to yourself. But if you print it and put it out on the street, maybe, like, everybody will love it, you know?
But that's Inktober. Like, every time I've posted a piece where I was like, fuck, this is so uninspired, people still appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's because I might be doing the same thing, but, you know, in other, like, people that haven't seen it don't feel that way, you know, like, they won't be sharing your experience, you know, like, so they will probably like it a bit more. So
yeah,
put stuff out there if you have, you know, like, don't worry so much about how it's going to get perceived because you personally don't like it. Like, everything I posted last year, like, now that I go back and look at it, it's not that great, but I can't sit here and worry about that, you know, like, you will eventually probably dislike, like, 80% of the stuff you put out today.
Yes.
You know, like, or this year, and then in a few years, that won't be so fucking great.
And it's a normal thing. It's evolution, I guess, like, within the art world or yourself. But yeah, because now we've started talking a little bit about the social again, I guess. Like, or this is a good segue,
really. I think
segue into
the social, because we've been talking about sort of
books.
but sort of our Inktober's.
Yeah, in general.
And and how, like, our thoughts, what's going to happen after.
Yes, exactly.
So we started a bit backwards.
Yeah, kind of.
So that's what we want out of Inktober, I guess.
Yeah.
But predictions. We said the first one in the beginning.
Yes.
And that was correct.
It was.
But Robert had prepped so much that he kind of dodged it.
Yeah. And again, used it to my advantage rather than make it something that would make me fall behind.
Yeah.
Because that was the trap that I didn't want to fall into, because I did have, and this was also a prediction, because I would have a couple finished pieces, I would relax more, and that would make me lazy, and then I would sort of forget to do them, and then all of a sudden be left behind. Or fall behind. Yeah. So rather than fall into that trap, I just pushed them out faster. And some were drawn just the day before, some were drawn the same day, and some were drawn weeks before. So it's really such a mixed bag of these Inktober's. I kind of dodged the trap, but I think it was also because we prepared so much.
Yeah.
This time we were, like, so ahead of it that I was already
working on it.
Yeah, I was already starting it before Inktober started.
Yeah, and I fell right into the same old habits. I said keep it simple. Did not do that. Went super complicated immediately because it was super fun.
Simple. Yes.
Smart.
Yes.
What else did we say? I said that keep it simple. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Did both those things. And Inktober didn't start all that great either, like social media wise.
Yeah.
Started off super slow, slow for my account, slow for your account.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, it sort of clicked somehow socially for me.
Yeah, you found that the golden ticket.
No, but I don't know. It's like last year. I think it's just the toned paper approach as well.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And it
draws in attention.
I think so.
But it is worthy that attention. It is. Like, so you should never, I don't think you do, but you shouldn't doubt that you don't deserve the likes and praise that you get for these, because they are so dope. So you be proud of what you've done. I am proud of what you've done.
I am proud of what I've done.
Good.
The cool thing is this year I also thought about my thumbnails as how they read in my phone. So I always have, not always, but when I can, I have my hand there with the pen.
Yeah.
But I also try to, like, that's why you see it, like, I've used a lot more black sometimes so that it covers a big chunk.
Racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I have, like, a white moon, you know, like I have these contrasts playing just so that the thumbnail will be interesting as well.
Yeah.
So sometimes that fucks up the composition. No, not the composition, but their readability once you zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
But I tried to find ways, because this is a way of experimenting.
That's really
so sometimes
smart,
it fucked up the piece, but it was fun to play around with though, because I learned a lot of other things.
But that's
doing it.
like, I haven't thought about that there are different levels of this, like, viewing when it comes to like the Instagram format. So that's actually quite ingenious to even take it that step.
But I think since I don't have to worry about like, oh, how do I do social media? That's not a thing anymore.
No.
Like I know
just do it.
I know all the sort of like ins and outs, you know, as much as you can know about social media. So that part is, you know, like hashtags. I don't think about hashtags. I use the same ones with my shortcut that I talked about.
Genius.
And it just saves me that time. Writing about my social media this year was just write the Inktober stuff, like, you know, the day, the prompt at the top, and then just write a bit about sort of my experience with that piece rather than trying to tell a story.
Yeah.
Because just that takes me another half an hour to write.
Yeah.
So this year was like, oh, I tried this, my pen blew out, haven't slept for 7 days, you know, but had a lot of fun with this, or didn't turn out as I thought, or, you know, like just sharing something from the image.
Yeah.
Super easy because it was just there, like that just happened. So I didn't have to make anything up.
And I didn't even do that. Like I did that with maybe 2 or 3 pieces, but the rest was just like hashtag Inktober, day, blah, blah, prompt, whatever the fuck, next image. Like my whole sort of Instagram journey every day took me maybe 15 minutes, like posting on both of my accounts, posting the musical sort of prompt thing, and just sharing stuff and then going in and commenting on whatever. So like, maybe half an hour of Instagram every day. Yeah. But I wanted to stay away. Like I really, really did not want to be on social media. So like even more than before, like we've been talking about this ever since I came back from Australia pretty much for like a year now. But more and more, I just keep pushing away from social media rather than trying to accept it, go into it, and like flourish. Yeah. Now I'm like, no, I don't want to be ruled by this fucking thing. Yeah. I can feel it in my phone pocket. Like I can feel my phone in my pocket. It's already like burning a bit. Like, oh, why don't you go in and look? And maybe somebody's done something. Like, no, fuck you. Like, I'll look at you when I want to know what time it is. Like,
yeah, I get that. I get that.
So it's become more of a anti-reaction thing to it rather than like
but
diving
I think it's
into
good
it.
to some extent as well.
It's good for me because it has driven me like crazy before. Just being almost like manic about having to post stuff in the past, you know. So it's very liberating not thinking about it. And seriously, it's just like likes. I get it. Yeah, I don't care. Like I'm happy to have produced things. Yeah. I've made things on top of the other things that I've had to make every day. Like Elias said when we started Inktober, like I do Inktober almost every day, you know, without Inktober. So
that's your job.
Yeah, that's why again I had to stay on top of the Inktober thing because some days work is like very, very horrible. It's just so much to do, and some days it's super chill. So like, just the days that were super chill, take advantage. Utilize the time that I get, all of that good stuff. But again, just like not focusing on the likes, not letting it take too much time. Yeah. But if you want to gain stuff from Inktober, that is definitely the wrong way to go.
Oh, definitely.
Because you get what you give, and
not even that sometimes. That's the thing. Something
Exactly.
I can sort of attest to with this Inktober. Because I went the exact opposite again from what Robert did. I said that I was going to do all of the things, and it's been a pretty cool journey. Because like when I said it didn't go well, it still went okay. You know, like compared to a lot of people, it's been going really good. So what I thought I would do was like not care about Inktober when I start off. Just focus on drawing images, social media. So I was just been drawing. Like I don't care. Like I don't go to my phone to check my Instagram when I'm drawing. Like I have Pinterest, you know, for ideas. That's what's on all the time, and then I just draw. And I have like papers around me, and I'm sketching, and I'm trying to build a composition and figure the stuff out. And then once I've posted the image, then I'll sit there, you know, for the first sort of hour and just, you know, talk to people and replying to my messages, but also, you know, people that I like online. Just go in, check out what's happening under the hashtag, you know, find new artists, comment, and socialize with people that we know, you know. Just support other Inktober artists that are struggling and sort of, I don't know, just spread some goodwill around. Go in, like some images, you know, from artists that I don't know, that I like the stuff of, and just, you know, like going on a discovery sort of journey, and not just going for like popular stuff, but just going through and that's the cool thing about Instagram right now. The thing I see on the top page aren't just, like, if you go through them, some of them aren't like, it's not like 5,000 likes. Some of them only have like 200 or something.
Yeah.
So I've been going into a couple of those that I find interesting and just like, oh, this is a cool concept, you know, just trying to sort of use Instagram while the hashtag is sort of burning, and also finding some new cool stuff. And that has really paid off. So Instagram took off. I don't know what post started going well. Like one of them though, like I think the first week was nothing. Like it was good now that it's been growing over time. But I think the first one that started going well is the one with the Rat King. Nope. It's good now. Like it's 1,000, but the knife throwing one is the one where that's sort of like when I broke the 1,000.
Yeah.
And I think it's like 2,000 something, but it's just from there. Like it's just been sort of like some days I've gotten, you know, 5,000, some days I've gotten 1,500, and then it's been going up and down between 1,000 something to 10,000. Like in between there, it's been like the range has been, and I haven't had to do that much. Like, so that has been really good. My phone, like every week, it's like, oh, you use social media less and less because I don't have to work so hard anymore to get anything, you know. And that feels really good because now I can relax and focus on doing art, which has been, like, even before Instagram or Inktober, I started doing that. Like, I'm just going to spend the time doing my art and not do my art to post. Like, I'll do my art the way I want to do it, then take a break, and then, you know, like, go back to it and keep working on it.
Yeah.
And then
you post it when it's ready.
And then I'll post it when it's ready, exactly. Not when Instagram, not to feel like, but not to feel like the gap, you know, between my pieces. So the idea here was the same. Like, just focus on the art. Because if you focus on the art, like, if it's good enough, it can take off on its own. Whereas if I suck, it's going to suck, like, no matter what I do.
Yeah.
So I've really focused on the art side this year and only sort of spent that hour afterwards to really sort of market myself and write to people that I think deserve appreciation and stuff. And now I don't have to, like, for as long as it lasts, you know. Like, that's the thing. That's why I don't think you should invest too much time Like, just have a strategy and then trust it. Because I've talked to other people about, and I use all the hashtags. You can use up to 30. And people are like, oh, well, it looks messy, or I don't want to use that many, or I don't need that many. You need all of them. If you're not getting punished for using them, use them because they're there so you can be found.
Yeah.
And also use them smart. Like, think of the hashtags as like they range from like super popular ones where you will be lost in seconds. And then there's, the lower ones in the tens and 50,000s that are active but not at the same pace. Like, if you can start sort of peaking on the lower hashtags, like getting up to the top, some people will start, seeing your stuff, and then that'll make you sort of show up on the 200 and 500,000 hashtags, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So you need a range of hashtags that goes from the high ones, like illustration, art, sketch. They're all super high.
Yeah.
But you also need the lower ones because in the big ones, you'll disappear.
They're going to get you up to the bigger ones.
Exactly. I have one image from 3 days ago now that's still on one of the top hashtags. It's not at the top, but it's like, it's 20 million hashtag, and it's still going.
That's so cool.
Today it passed, 10,000.
So good.
So this is the second one that passes 10,000.
So crazy. It's so fucking crazy.
And I don't have to do anything. And with this, though, this is the problem with getting followers. How many of these followers are just going to be
bots?
And not bots, maybe, but accounts that aren't used eventually.
Yeah.
So that's the negative thing of gaining followers, and at the pace that I have been, and I can't for the life of me sit and remove followers that look fake.
Yeah.
Because that's another job that I don't want.
Exactly.
So my goal is to reach 10,000 so I can get the shareable link thing, because that really helped our podcast back in the day when I had my bigger account. So trying to get to that is my goal, but I don't really want to grow with followers that don't care,
No. What would be the point?
Yeah, exactly. And that is, I think...
Because if you wanted that, you could just buy that pretty much. I mean,
and
today you can buy followers. So...
it's just shit. Like, you want followers that interact, and that's why I'm super, super, super engaged with people that engage with me. I try to give them some of my time,
Yeah.
But I've seen a trend where people are going in and commenting like they know your stuff, and they don't follow you.
So
they were like, "Oh, this one turned out really good." And then you like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 blah. And then you go in, like, they're not following me.
Yeah.
Like, they're giving off this, and so many of them. Mm-hmm. So now I just, like, this person again. Like, because I noticed when they started commenting several times, oh, it's this guy from yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I went in and I was like, oh, you just find me at the top. You're not, like, it just feels like you're fishing. So instead of going in and saying, like, oh, cool, check out my stuff. Now people started commenting like they know you.
Yeah, like, oh, I've been following you for years.
No, but that was like, one of them was almost like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is my favorite piece out of all of them, sort of, like that thing. And then like, okay. So I try to I'll give my time to people that take the time to actually comment, because there's a lot of smileys and a lot of emojis and a lot of awesomes,
Yeah. They mean well, but I mean...
Maybe. Again, some of them mean well. Some of them are just spamming for, attention.
Yeah. But again, it's like you get what you give.
Yeah. So I've just prioritized, like, I'll give the people that actually took some time to comment for real the time. Because you got it. Because I can't even see my messages anymore. Like, I just post, and, it starts off, like, fairly slow, and then it picks up. And when it picks up, I can't see anything. It's just, like... It says like 5, or like, it says that I got comments, but when I scroll, they're not there.
Yeah.
Because it's just, like a wall of likes. And sometimes it's one guy spamming all of them. So that has also changed the behavior of the type of people that engage. So you get these people that go through all your, like 400 images and kind of likes them all. And that ruins it a bit when you're trying to reply. Like, if you reply on my latest image, not a problem because I'll check it.
Yeah.
But if you reply to like one you saw like from 6 days ago, that comment
Forget
is
about it.
lost. Yeah, because I will never see it. So always comment on the latest one if you want to reply.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you've sort of seen someone with a big account just post, like you got to reply to the latest one because the other one's like,
yeah,
it's not gonna, like, it doesn't even show. Like, I don't even see it. Like, as soon as those likes start ticking in, it's all gone. Like, and it's so fast that I've replied to people checking other stuff. Like, I want to find an artist and I don't remember the name, but I know they commented on something.
Mm-hmm.
I go to my and then I'm like, oh shit, there's like another 5 here that I didn't reply to that were good.
Yeah.
You know, that way. So it is like there's some bad coming in with the good, sort of. Like, so there's an overwhelming amount of stuff that gets missed.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of make a plan and stick to it, basically, just to how you handle all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can't reply to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you can't Pokemon this. Like, you can't catch them all.
No,
So,
no,
like,
but you can't. Like,
no,
I thought it was going to come later,
Yeah.
but no, it's just like Inktober for me, I think is going to be the busiest, and then it's going to die off like it normally does.
Well, hopefully not.
Hopefully not, but last year it lasted until February, and then it died on February 4th. It died hard.
Fantastic.
It's so insane that I can remember the date when it started sucking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just stopped.
It's so
like
crazy.
on the day, and then I couldn't get past, so I went from 1,500 to 140, 150 for months.
That's insane.
And then it stopped. Yeah, but they probably changed something.
Yep,
that wasn't working. And then I was
definitely changed something.
Yeah. Because it was on that day, like the day before, it all just went as normal. It just kept going, and then suddenly, and the piece I posted, I was like, this is fucking cozy. Like, this was actually, like a little bit better than the ones I posted before.
Yeah. Well, according to you.
According to me, yeah, sure. But no, everything I posted after was just dog shit. Like, it didn't do anything. Like over the like a week, I would get up to 300 from having, over 1,000.
That's crazy.
So that is like, so it took, I think it took 2 days to get to 150 or something like that. Like, then that there's something changed.
Something is actively like not showing your stuff.
And
maybe it was because you did like reuse some hashtags.
But I've done that for this whole month.
Yeah. But
that's
I mean,
the thing.
It was
and I've
just
been
like
doing.
They found you out of everybody else that was doing it, and then did something. Or
maybe. But I've been using but since then, I've not changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been since I got blocked or before. From last Inktober, I've been using the same hashtags as I do today.
That's amazing.
So they can go fuck themselves because I'm not going to change.
Yeah.
So I've been using that same one. And then I talked to one of our listeners, and she's been doing Inktober too and trying to sort of get the engagement going. But, 150, 140. But I personally think in her case, though, shout out to Darana on Instagram.
Check her out. She's doing an amazing Inktober.
It's actually super awesome.
Love
and yeah, she's doing these like dwarves or trolls.
Like dwarf elves-ish.
Yeah.
Like they've got pointy ears and long noses.
But they're super cool. They are super cool.
Yeah.
And
it's like it's a good, like the same as you, that you have these same characters.
Same characters
that you follow
over and over.
With the theme. Yeah.
And it is actually really good and super underappreciated.
Yeah.
But she's trying it, and she had, like the Inktober hashtag and a few others. But then, she didn't use all of them. She didn't use all 30, and she didn't use them, like I do, strategically. And now that she did change her strategy, you need time, though. That's the thing. The problem with Instagram is that you need to build this trust over time. Keep creating, keep showing the algorithm that you are creating content that people want to see. And this does not happen on 1-2 posts, unless you're super lucky. But it is such a, you need to invest some time in your strategy. And you can do it sort of like on the fly, and it takes forever. Or you can have it sort of super simple and do it like I do, where you know all the tricks and you've saved them on your phone and you can basically just paste them in and then press post. But you really need to build up that sort of trust and preferably a community around it. I think that's what has helped me the most.
Yeah.
And it started just before Inktober, I think, when, on my birthday, actually, people started, like, a lot of big accounts as well, started shouting me out a little. Mm-hmm. That helped a lot. And, like, it didn't give me any followers, per se, like that. But it just gave some attention somehow. I don't know. Because, like, there were accounts, like, I think, like, 4 or 5 with, like, 100K plus followers. And I got like 5 followers for that.
Yeah.
But something happened that I was getting attention for my work. The algorithm, sort of when Inktober started, it gradually started to sort of like escalate, the amount of attention my work was getting.
Yeah.
And I think, like, that little save button where you can save at the far right?
Yeah.
Like the images have like, yeah, exactly, the bookmark. Some of them have like thousands of those.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and I think, and that's what I wanted to get to. Like the paper plane and that bookmark thing is what's making my work go.
Yeah.
Because people want to save them to look at them later for reference or something, or like for inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's boosting my work.
Yeah.
And it's worth, like, from what I've gathered, that's worth more than the comments and the likes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you find something that people, like, if you do tutorials, your account is going to skyrocket. Like, I think theming your account is one of the best things you can do. Because I proved it last year. I'm proving it again this year with even better results than last year.
Yeah.
And it's doing twice as good as last year.
It's crazy.
And it's just that you got to, like, if it's themed, which I personally hate the thought of being locked to one thing, and I'm probably not going to stick to it, but it does help.
But you've stuck to it for over a year.
Oh, yeah, but I do digital stuff in between.
Yeah.
And most of them, they do okay. People don't want to see those.
No, but it's like consistency will give you a bigger following.
Yeah, it'll give you the audience that you want.
Yeah,
like,
because as soon as you give people something they don't expect, that's a bad thing. Like, not for everybody. A lot of people do appreciate seeing that you can do
a lot of things.
Yeah, but people tend to, like, they want to see this from you. So if you don't give them that, they're going to be like, well, they're just going to scroll past it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even think it's you.
It's you, yeah. And that's, I think, what will happen to me after this.
Yeah.
When I go back to doing more normal stuff as well, that isn't just ink.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And so if you can get people to like and share or like save them, that's, I think, what's giving my work the attention it's getting right now. And I don't know how you get people to fucking bookmark your work. Like, oh, please bookmark my work. Like, that's not natural. Like, you don't.
No.
But if you're willing, do it. Now that we know.
Bookmark the fuck out of everything.
Yeah. No, but it really does help. So, and I do that with, stuff that I like as well. Like, oh shit, I need to, like,
I want to remember.
Yeah, I want to find this image later for because I have, like I do on Pinterest, I have the exact same thing on Instagram where I save, like, character design that I like and, or like tips and tricks that I like or stuff like that.
Because I haven't used the bookmark at all. So does it work in that way? So you do.
Yeah, you can, if you hold them. If you hold your hand on it, it'll ask you, like, where do you want to put it?
Oh, okay.
Or create a new one. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. That's so good. That's so good.
But I never almost check back to it, like, unless it's specific stuff. Yeah. Like, I check my character design one and I check the creature design one a lot. And then I have, like, for contests and stuff, or like draw this in your style, I have one for that as well. So I don't have to, like, oh shit, what was the name of that artist? Because you don't remember, So I do check back, and, like, but there are, like, some of them that are just there for being there, like vehicles.
Yeah.
I never check back.
But like I can definitely see myself using this because I'm so bad with remembering the artist's names or the ats.
Yeah.
So
same.
just having like even just the one folder with the stuff that I think is really dope, just adding one piece from one of those artists so I could easily just go in there and like, oh, there it is. Like, this is the guy I want to show you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I do that specifically with what it is, like skulls. That would be one folder, you know, like, and everything that is sort of in that morbid style I would put there.
Yeah.
Because it's so much easier for me to remember them like that than, you know, oh, this is the guy that did.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I never remember. Like, they're all, and people use such fucked up names as well.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not a person's name. It's something weird, you know, that I can't remember.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's been the journey so far. And now I'm trying not to just like, I should use the momentum that I have now. And I will until I pass 10K. And it's not for the followers. It's for the link.
Yeah.
The shareable link. And it's not to sell you anything, but it's so much easier when I refer to the podcast or something that you can actually get to the page.
Yeah.
And that helped us a lot back in the day with launching the podcast. So I'm hoping that I can get that. And same thing when I want you to go to my Pinterest so you can get my reference stuff. Then you can just get there, you know, without having to. You don't have to go to my profile and then do this and then do like. Yeah. There's a whole circus before you can actually get to the place.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get past the 10. And with that said, follower count.
Yes.
We we said we were going to write it down and like on the first sort of Inktober episode.
Yeah. And
shit, yeah, what were the numbers?
Yeah. So you wrote them down, right?
Yeah, I wrote them down.
I've had this like this stupid.
So you had 4,847.
4,847.
And what do you have on the day? Yeah, I also need to go back in then.
So my numbers are the staggering 4,883. So
so it's.
I mean, I haven't lost. Numbers.
Which you normally do.
Exactly, because that was also like a prediction.
Yeah.
But there's not a huge gain. I mean, it's like, what is it, 40?
Yeah, 40
something. And again, like,
but you didn't play
highest,
the game. Yeah.
The highest like I got was like 185 likes for one of my Inktober pieces. Like that's as far as I could get.
Yeah.
So I mean, but again, you get what you give, and I gave like, well, the one that got the most likes, I gave that maybe half an hour. You know, like I didn't spend any time on these. It was just push them out and then try to keep them. Well, I limited myself to just the gray, the black, and sometimes a little bit of red. That was it. Like, just make them look concise and nice. So, like, when you look at the overall gallery or whatever, it just looks clean and nice. That's what I wanted. So, yeah. And
something that I can't be bothered to on normal days, you know. I've thought about it so many times, trying to have a clean look. And I'm like, no, because then I just lose interest. You know, like, it's too much work. And you post them in a way where it works. And it looks really clean when you go into your profile. Yeah.
The only thing I do regret is having the tattoo hashtag or the @tattoos by Rob at the lower part of all of my images, like it's part of the frame. But it was because I wanted to push them as tattoo flash.
Okay, yeah.
But it also comes across,
I haven't thought of it.
Maybe that I'm like stealing them from that account. Yeah.
I've never thought of that.
But I'm posting them like primarily from my Rob Ekblom art page.
You do that?
Yeah.
Have never oh shit, yeah, you do.
Yeah. But it was only to like
because
I
get it.
I want to push more people to that. But then again, there's only like a handful of all the ones that I actually tagged that account on there.
Yeah.
So it's just there. Like it's you know, I made it.
But do you have that account mentioned in your normal account?
No, I don't. Like I don't mention anything.
You should.
Yeah, I should.
You should have it because you mentioned Sketchbook Heroes on your profile.
Well, yeah.
You should mention your tattoos as well.
Yeah, maybe.
So you have that like flow, because some people might not know.
Yeah,
and then they can get over from your profile. The
Yeah.
4 people that read our profiles. I don't know.
That's a good.
That
point.
is actually an interesting question that I would like to know from people. Do you read people's profile?
Biography,
Like I
yeah.
do, because I hate how I wrote mine.
Mm.
So out of curiosity, I read other people's.
Yeah, and I
see how
change
they do.
mine all the
I
time.
change mine all the time. I even changed the Sketchbook Heroes one,
Yeah.
like just to get more stuff in it, and hate it, and then I just want to rewrite it again, you know.
Yeah. No, this time I think, what's it say now? It's like I'm doing it digitally this year or some shit. It's
In
like,
your profile?
yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm doing it digitally. Like, just because if people
and
are
the worst
thinking
thing
that-
about your profile, you know what it is? When you write a private message or I see you in a something, it says don't try,
Oh, yeah.
and that's your name.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you got
Yeah, I need
this
to
message
change it.
from don't try, and I'm like, what?
Who the fuck is don't try?
Or no, but I read it
Yeah.
as like don't try. I'm like, what am I? And then like Robert. That's Robert. It's not a no one wrote to me saying don't try.
Yeah.
It's Robert's name, because you wrote it in that
Yeah,
weird
that-
below section.
I know.
Below your name, it says your name, basically. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I wrote Ilias Patlis, artist there,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that it says both of those things.
Mhm.
Because I've seen so many of them when I get DMs, and I'm just like, what is this? And they're like, it's a name. It's a name. Nobody wrote this to me. Like, someone's called like, shit, what are they called? They're called like Ganondorf's thick butt cheeks or something like something like that. Like, and it's such a weird name,
It's
but
like,
it
who
is
this?
funny. It is funny. It is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the follower count.
Yes. Let's hear
I
it.
started. Oh shit! I don't remember anymore. I started with 6,367, and I have now. Oh, should I clicked away my account? Where's my account? There you go. Now I have 9,167,
Ooh.
and it's still going. And we are on the 26th today.
Yeah, so we're not over yet.
It's not over yet. So hopefully by the end of Inktober, I'll have my 10,000. I also did get a shout out from Inktober themselves on one of the days. And that really boosted the account a lot. I've been getting a lot more followers since then. Like, it's surely slowed down since, but because my image was hidden, like, you know, in a sort of like an image, like 5 images, and mine was the last, but it still generated a lot of traffic for me. So whatever 6,300 and something minus 9,000, that's the amount of followers that I've gained. I'm not gonna do the math, but super happy. And the engagement is still good. That's what I like. Like, it's not just followers that are following and you never get, you know, like nothing happens, because that's why I stopped my last account. Like, it was getting some likes every now and then, but it wasn't like nobody cared. And my idea with this account is to never let it die in that sense. But I've been using Instagram less, and I've been getting more from it. And that has always been my goal.
Yeah. So it's
Like,
heading in the right direction.
Yeah, because
sure.
my iPhone gives me stats of how I use social media, or like my phone, and I hate it, but I never turn it off because I want to know how much time I'm wasting on my phone, and it just keeps going down. Like, beginning of Inktober, it said that I spent like 7 hours a day, like on my phone,
That's insane.
and I was like, what the fuck? And now it's less than 3 hours.
That's crazy.
That is very good.
Like,
I'm really just spending the time on it, you know, either when I'm getting a question, like, oh, this is cool, what pen is that, you know? And I'll take the time to reply. Because my new style is very pen specific, or dependent.
pen dependent.
Pen dependent. But also, like, I get to relax more. So it's fun. Like, I don't have to check and try to engage people in my account, you know. Like, it's happening. Now I just need to nourish the people that I have on board and not worry so much about the people outside of my account. Like, as long as I can keep the people that care, like my friends and, you know, like the new people that are trying to engage with me, if I can keep them interested and have fun, and then it's going to work.
Yeah.
And then come up with focus my energy on creating and pushing my art to a level where it stays interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think as soon as you spend all your time Instagramming, you lose, you keep pushing out the same shit eventually. And then people are like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm not interested anymore. Because you're not being a creative anymore.
No,
you're
exactly.
just being some type of Instagram
a printer.
whore. But you're just trying to please Instagram. And I'm not trying to do that. I really want to do my thing. I want to do the graphic novel thing. It's a lot of fun right now. I probably hate it like I hated Link. Because in the beginning, we didn't I was so hyped about Inktober, but then the thought of doing more links or something like that, just ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want to do more sightseeing pictures, and that's why I complicated things, because I changed something at the end. But it's been fun, but stressful. I haven't slept a lot, and it's not great. But since it is just the month of Inktober, my wife has been super supportive and just oh, you should take this time. I'll do this. You take the time to draw so you get to sleep. And I still, for the life of me, can't think of anything until it's too late.
Yeah.
And then oh, yeah, this idea. And then I have to start figuring out that composition and the things in it. How do you draw storm with just ink?
Yeah.
You have black and, white to work with. Make it clear. It wasn't the easiest, but it worked. It was one of the easier ones somehow.
Yeah. No, but that's also really interesting that, something that you imagine will be the most complicated thing sometimes turns out to be the most simple.
Yeah.
But it's all it's all in your head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is fucking, oh man. It's been so exhausting though. And by the end now, today's the 26th, the piece for yesterday, 25, was so boring, so uninspired. I just drew something to go to sleep. Yeah. And I was done, at, I think, 9 p.m. And then I posted it, and then an hour later, I went to bed. Because it's managing itself. I don't have to fucking guard it or, try to, engage with people when I'm tired.
You reached your goal that day. That was published the thing. You shouldn't have any other real goals. It's Inktober. Just get it done.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the most active on every fucking thing you do.
Yeah.
But maybe you do.
No, but that's the thing that I've learned now. In the past, or maybe still is like that, but the first half hour is the most important thing. Right now, I don't feel that's a thing anymore. I don't know if that's a thing. And also, if you don't have enough followers, I don't really have an answer to, how you should approach it from scratch. And I've done that with this account. It's 2 years old. It gave me, oh, you started this account 2 years ago on the la la la. And I did.
That's so cool.
And it's just that it took me 2 years to get to this point.
I think it's all about the quality you put out there. Seriously, all other things aside, it's if you put out stuff that is good looking, that people want to see, that's going to work.
But it's also at the pace you put it out.
Of course, that too.
That is unfortunate.
Regularity or consistency.
Yeah, I think I'm getting super rewarded for consistency right now since I've been active this whole year, even though it hasn't been going this good. But now that I'm I've sort of squeezed my schedule even more.
Yeah.
And there's only a couple of hours between when I posted the last day, and today, give or take 4 or 5 hours at tops. But it's that time span. There's 24 hours between the images basically.
Yeah.
And I think it loves that, that fucking machine. But yeah, I'm not going to keep this up though.
No.
I can't for the life of me live like this. And I'm not gonna. I didn't do it last year and I'm not gonna do it this year. I'm gonna post, a couple a week if I have them.
Yeah.
That. I need to go back to that because that's sane.
You need to keep sane.
Yes. Sane is basically the bottom line. And it's so hard to give advice on social media because it affects us all, differently depending on how sort of desperate we are in an art position, sort of,
exactly.
If you really need work, you shouldn't depend on social media though,
No.
unless you are already super good at it,
exactly. And again, the quality of your work is going to suffer if you push
too much.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing to go out on, that if you're not, I saw this clip that I thought was very harsh in the beginning, but there was this lady that was talking about sort of this guy complaining about social media and how he wasn't sort of getting noticed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, but who are you comparing yourself to? And he was like, oh, this artist and this artist. And she's like, but you're not on their level.
Yeah.
You're not even close to these people's level, but you're trying to race with these people. You know what I mean? Like, so you've never ridden a bike, but you're going to sort of ride in Tour de France. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You don't have that skill. You're not competing on their level. And then I was like, oh yeah, that's true. And then I thought, but I don't even draw the same stuff as they. But then, like if you sort of have some people that you love what they do and you aspire to be like them, there's the likelihood that you're also creating stuff sort of similar to their niche, whatever type of art you like doing, if it's abstract or whatever. There's probably, like, even in abstract work, I think there can be, like a level of finish and, just random shit that everyone can spew out.
Yeah.
Like, there is, like, your friend, that you talked about that did random shapes, but then rendered them crazy.
Yeah.
But they depicted nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They were just, like, random shit with form.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that, not everyone can do that.
No.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, when you try to use social media, you gotta be able to compete within that niche that you have.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you should focus on fucking getting better.
Yeah, or finding a race that suits you.
Exactly, that your pace and your style or whatever. Because I've seen people that I personally don't think are very good, but they're still fucking light years ahead of me. But we're like, but then I look at the type of things that they do, and it's this cutesy stuff, that is so cute that you throw up rainbows basically,
Yeah.
and within that niche, they found their audience, and they're awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I might not appreciate the style itself, but I'll appreciate the effort, the work that they put in it, and maybe that they started their journey, when Instagram wasn't that locked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they took advantage of that, where I was still like caveman stupid and didn't know that was a thing.
You're trying to invent fire.
Exactly. I'm still on the fire stage. Come on, sweet fire.
Friction, baby.
Have you tried the lighter? Like, they were flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Just like,
you got art germ out there. Like,
I got this trick with flint. He's like, cool, bro. Cool.
Good for you.
but that's a great comparison, like whatever artists that are sort of comparable to you, like, are you competing on the same level?
Yeah, great way to, I think, wrap this topic up. So, I hope you guys have suffered through Inktober as well as we have. And if not, let us know how you went. Tag us in all of your stories, all of your good stuff that, well, if you want to see, and or want us to see, sorry. And
And also, I wanted to say something about that, sort of like, compete in your lane, sort of, that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like I suck. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I don't hate my
if
work.
If you ask Art Germ, he's going to say the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but I think so. I think so that, like, I know that I don't suck.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that I'm not a bad artist.
No.
But then I see artists that are better than me, and I'm just like, that's what I'm lacking. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm lacking all of that, whatever the fuck he does.
Yeah.
But I've really been self-conscious to learn. That's the thing. Like, I've really taken, like, I have an ink folder now where I call it Ink Technique, and it's just like, I just go in there and I just try to understand how they sort of get those, like, 3D shapes and, like, form with just ink. Yeah. And just try to study up. Some isn't even real ink. It's just digital, so they can cheat. But I can't. So I need to, look at it and learn from it. And it's really helped my work a lot. But it's still, sometimes it just sucks.
So yeah, let's wrap it up again.
No, but I just needed to get that out.
Yeah. And we're back.
Yay! We're back! Back in black!
Toolies. All right, we've talked Inktober forever and forever and ever. So
Never in a day that's never.
Do we have anything new on sort of tools?
I have one pen that I need to kill on this podcast.
Kill the pen.
I bought a Pentel brush pen. The classic brush pen from Pentel in white.
Okay.
It sucks.
Okay.
All the dicks. I hate it so much from loving it when I bought it.
What's so wrong with it, though?
Inconsistent ink flow.
Okay.
It's super hard. Like the black one, I've always felt like I have the ink flow is very good, and it's sort of like, the more you press, the more ink comes out. Logical.
Yeah.
The white one, you press, nothing happens. You start painting, you're like, ooh, dry brush effect. This is cool. I'll use this. Suddenly, a lot of ink. That's been half of my Inktober now.
But that white ink is thicker than black ink.
Yeah, they should solve that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate that pen so much. It's ruined so many pieces. So the first day I ran from my chair, I jumped out of my chair, ran to find paper, came back, dried off as much as I could, and then started painting with another pen to cover it up. It was great for, the smoke from that rocket image that I did. That's a mistake. Covered up. So that smoke was not supposed to be there in that way, but it worked. But it's just that pen is so unreliable because the ink flow it's not coming through the brush, it's coming from the inside. Oh, yeah. It's dripping from the little hole at the top of the brush where the sort of throat is. Yeah. And it pours on top of it and just
So almost like a Posca marker.
Yeah, it's coming from around it rather than from inside it.
Yeah.
And it's a brush pen now.
So you sort of need to pump it out,
smear
with it on something.
Exactly. Yeah. Then that ruins it for me.
Then what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Yeah. So Pentel brush pen white can go suck itself.
Yeah. It goes in the bag of dicks.
And that's a good one. That's how we should say it.
Yeah, it just goes in the bag of dicks.
Yeah.
I tried Clip Studio Paint.
Yes. The iPad one?
The iPad one.
Cool.
So the Clip Studio Paint Pro is what I am using. They have the two different ones.
Yeah, I didn't get the difference at
and
all.
Apparently
it's animation features, I think.
Yeah, one of them you can save multiple PDFs in something. Fuck it. Really. I don't think I will be missing the stuff that I don't know that I can't do. Anyways, so what I did was I bought a year's subscription. And it was only $30.
What?
300 crowns.
For reals?
Yeah. And with that, because I did it now, that's why I bought it, because I got an email with now you get blah, blah, blah for something. So you get 3 months for free or 2 months maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, a couple of months for free plus the whole year for 300. I think it was 300 Swedish crowns. So I was like, well, yeah, I can definitely spare that. And, I've only started the one image. So I'm only exploring by myself right now. So I haven't looked up any tutorials or YouTube clips or anything.
You're not supposed to read the manual.
No, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
But so far it feels really good. I'm missing some features that I have in Procreate, like the tilting of the brush to get different effects and all of this stuff. There's probably a way to do that as well. I
don't know them, but yeah.
But there are so many different things you can do. It really feels like Photoshop in terms of all the different small icons and stuff you can do. But
and it's a full version. It's not like Photoshop to the iPad. It's just the full fucking Studio Clip.
That's the thing. Yes.
Clip Studio.
Yeah,
Studio Clip. But I was like, what?
I mean, obviously I got this because now we are going into the graphic novel
Why are we doing this?
I don't know. But this is how we need to progress, I think.
It's full circle, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's fucking where we started.
This is where we started. Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I said I was never going to do it.
Yeah,
when I realized, and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, and we'll see how this goes.
Never say never.
Okay. Yeah. But the cool thing is that it has like these prefixed comic book panels, so you can just like drag and drop them, and it's perfectly there. You get all of the bleed marks. You get like everything, and it feels really professional when you use it. So off the bat, you just feel more professional. And that is a good thing. That's really a good thing for me. Even though I'm still sitting there like, how the fuck do I just draw like a good straight line? You know.
And it's what the program is known for.
Yeah. But like just trying a different ink brush today, and like the lines are so smooth. It just feels fantastic working with it. So I'm looking forward to now that Inktober is over and I can start diving into something else to occupy my brain. Yeah, it's Inktober. Inktober, baby. It's Inktober. Yeah,
this is what we're going to call this episode, right? Inktober.
It's fucking Inktober. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this program wholeheartedly and just learning to work with it. Off the gate, I think it's a win. So it's still out of the bag of dicks. But we'll see as time progresses and how much I learn. And like, will it come to the point where I'm like, I can't be fucked having to learn every new one. Yeah, it's just, just let me draw my thing and then I'll go back to Procreate.
But I've heard though that it helped a lot of people like actually make their comic and help them save a lot of time because it has all this functionality for that thing. Yeah. So
far I can see that for sure. So again, it's all positive right now. I am looking forward to diving into it more. Let's just put it that way. I still need to work on the story. I still need to develop my characters and la 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 la.
Yep.
So there's by the time I actually start drawing this graphic novel, my subscription will have expired.
And I need to fucking learn how to tell stuff in comics.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what I'm doing. I brought out my Enrique Fernandez comics, and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is also the good thing about losing That Shall Not Be Named, because now all of that geeky stuff is coming back out. Yeah. All of it. So I actually made a promise to myself that I will read every fucking book that is in my house.
Like a book or,
Both.
Anything that has text on it.
Anything. And that reminds me, speaking of tools, I actually signed up for a writing course.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And I love how you did it as well. Like how it sort of came to be.
Yeah. So this was right after me and Anna had sort of... so I came in...
You ripped papers?
Yes, exactly. I came into the shop, and so the shop is run by Nelson and his wife, Jasmine. And
Kretz Design.
Yeah, Kretz. And Jasmine is a little bit of a writer herself, so she writes a lot, and she's taken a bunch of writing courses and knows stuff.
Yes. Very specific.
I just came in, and she's like, by the way, just so you know that today is the last day to apply for courses in school. So I just thought of you, and maybe you wanted to take a writing course. And like, I know this and this and this, and like just said a whole bunch of different schools and names and stuffs. And I just thought that was like the coolest and best idea ever. And I had thought about it previously. So I just jumped on and antagning.se and searched for a writing course, and pretty much took the only one that sounded interesting, and it is creative writing.
Like one course.
Yeah, just one course,
one term.
I think it's split up into like 2 different courses. One that I'm starting now, which is like the starting point, and then one that's more advanced. So, but this one will just give me like a general understanding of all the different writing formats and how to write for them, which I hope will benefit me in some form.
No, I think it will. Like just learning something and getting you into that mindset, like
exactly, and also having like-minded people to bounce off of.
Yeah,
and teachers, and just contacts, connections.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool.
So
hopefully they're nerds, so they're not like when I applied to art school and she's like, "Oh, you draw cartoons," like with the disdain in her voice.
Oh yeah, well, she was a nerd.
She was.
Yeah, so
a different type of nerd.
That's where the disdain came from. Yeah, because you were a cool cat by then, or back then.
Maybe, yeah. But she, oh man, no, because she only drew realism.
Oh yeah,
poor realism at that, but still. My art was not
you only
worthy.
Draw realism.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I feel like now, actually. Which is why it was nice doing Inktober with this totally like simplified, more cartoonish style. To be honest, like it's very different from what I'm used to sitting at home drawing. But back to tools. Those are my new tools. Well, I haven't started the course yet. It will start in January, and cool. I'm still waiting to see if I even get into the course or not. I don't know if it was filled or whatever. But so we'll see. But I've applied and waiting for.
I love how you keep throwing yourself back to school for.
Yeah, I know. But this is again,
you like never complete them, but you always go to them.
Oh yeah. And
but this one, I think you will kind of like it'll be a bit different.
This exactly. Yeah. This is like taking a course anywhere. Like this is just something that I want to learn more about, and rather than try to figure it out by myself. Yeah. Let's get some CSN money and
it's an advanced tutorials basically like where you I think it'll work.
And especially like because I am bad at writing. Like it is a struggle for me. Like my head has a hard time understanding how to go about it in a simple way. Like I try to put myself in there and I really sometimes get into a good flow, but it's still like I get caught up on different things. And it'll be interesting to hear from like industry people giving you tips and tricks that might eradicate those nags or snags. I mean, they will be nagging and I will be snagging. So I'm just at this point very open-minded. It'll be super fun to see what it's going to be about. Maybe I'll even fucking hate its guts. Who knows? But I'm still very, very open-minded right now.
Very cool.
Happy days. Yes. Looking forward to forwardness. 2021.
Yeah, forwardness.
Yes. So, I've got nothing else.
I have, but I can't for the life of me explain them. For my pilot pen, I bought converters.
Ooh.
Converter is basically, right now I'm using these little, what do you call them, cartridges? And you put them in the pen, and then when the ink is out, you throw the little plastic thing away and you put another one in.
Yeah.
Now reload. Exactly. You reload. They're bullets, basically. Cool. And now I bought a converter is a piece of, glass or something with a little sort of suction thing at the back that you can sort of like, you can pull the ink into the little glass container and reuse that thing all the time. Okay. So I can fill my pens up with, whatever ink I want that doesn't clog the pen.
All right.
And I have that ink that I don't remember what it's called. Carbon ink.
The blacker
than black ink. The only thing is on the Purper sketchbook, it's not blacker than black.
Well, nothing on the
pilot. No, but the pilot pen is so black on that paper.
Yeah.
Where everything else pales.
Well, carbon is a form of gray, so that's
carbon.
That's probably why it doesn't look black.
Yeah.
Because it's like very, very, very dark gray.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like it's waterproof.
Which is awesome.
Which is what I want.
Yeah.
So if I'm using that as my sort of like the, the base, then it doesn't really matter if it's gray because it's all going to be gray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now I'm having the problem where if I use any other black pen, it's gray. And then you have the black from the pilot pen. And that's a problem for me. I feel. Unless I photograph it really good.
Yeah.
Which I do.
Exactly.
But it's still annoying. So I'm going to try that out.
Mm-hmm.
I have another, like I'll use my old pen for that and use my new pen with the normal Pilot ink. And then,
Cool.
So I'll have 2 different pens now and try it out. See if it clogs or whatever the fuck it does.
That's good. Save some for upcoming toolies.
Yeah, I'll talk about that like maybe next time when I'm so stressed right now with work and Inktober, and it's all because of me, the fire up the ass thing.
Mm-hmm.
Been a bit too comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
So now I have a lot of fire up my ass. And it's stupid. I really need to learn to fucking do the work beforehand and not only when the fire is in the butt.
Yeah.
Like far up the butt right now.
Yeah.
Gotta stop that. And with that said,
Moving on. Fire up the ass, move on.
Move on. And we're back to another exciting retro. Red drop.
Idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So, no homework today.
No. You want to go first or should I go first?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
You go first.
Cool. I watched... Oh, yeah. Me and my wife were home alone because our kids went to play with our neighbors' kids.
Ooh,
So we got 2 hours for ourselves, and we started watching this documentary with Zac Efron called
the show.
I Have No Fucking Idea.
The
Felt, like a lot of stuff were said.
when he's with the older dude.
Yeah, that is some type of...
It's actually really good. If
No, it wasn't bad.
If you
It's
finish
just
the
some
whole
of the
series.
things, if you're into health like I am and stuff like that, sometimes when they talk, you're like, oh, okay, and here we go with crazy talk,
Yeah.
and then we're back to
Yeah.
normal, but it's entertaining.
And
Like,
it's-
especially with the water thing.
Yeah.
They were like, normal water with the blah, 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 and the water, and then the water, and then the water, and you're like,
Shut up.
Okay, crazy
Please.
people.
Yes.
And
This is the most
water.
The most expensive water in the world.
Yeah, and the problem with that is how they make, sure, water is purified. We don't have that much chlorine in Swedish water, but sure, some countries do have it.
Yeah.
But, some water is better than no water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you can drink water, whatever the fuck it is, if it isn't poisonous.
Some people
you will
don't
survive.
even have water.
Exactly. So drinking water, and always working towards getting cleaner water is good, but making it sound like you need to drink some type of
It's like
super
wine,
special water. Yeah. Nah.
No.
Not for me. Not
No, but
not that they said that,
yeah.
but
It gets better.
no, but it is fun. Like it was fun.
Episodes after that becomes better and more fun. Like,
But it was fun.
But yeah, I agree. It was like a little bit cringy the first couple of episodes, and I didn't get into it.
Mhm.
Just felt forced in a way. But then
And Zac Efron looked hungover so many times.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
his eyes were
yeah.
like so red, and like exactly what I look like when I'm
Yeah.
hungover. Like I
Yeah.
look hungover.
I am sure he was.
Yeah.
No, I think they had a really good time. But
Yeah.
it's I can't spoil it if you haven't finished it.
Yeah.
Because it's just
I probably won't.
No.
But it was like I could see myself watching more, but it's just waste time.
yeah.
That's
But
what I
it's
felt
one
like.
of those shows.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't have anything else to watch, it's
You
it's
can
an
watch,
okay
yeah.
watch. Yeah.
But then I went over, like my wife fell asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and I started watching The Toys That Made Us.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Way
whoop,
better.
whoop.
Like
Yeah, I love
totally
that show.
up my alley. No health stuff. Fuck that.
Both
Just
of
pure plastic.
because the same guys do the movies that made us as well.
Yeah.
So like both of those shows are fantastic. Like
Yeah.
they're catered to us, I think.
Yeah. Of course.
It's like they are just talking
Yeah.
straight to us, and we get them
We
because
get them
they get us.
Yep.
Yes.
No, and these people are like the people that made, like I watched the one with He-Man because I was like, oh shit, yeah, I really need to watch
He-Man!
it. Yeah.
Sorry.
Like I did last time with the Defenders of the Earth.
Oh my god.
And they even say that in the beginning of the He-Man one as
Oh,
well.
yeah?
Like back in the 80s, blah, 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 Defenders of the Earth. But the cool thing about this is the creative people behind the toys.
Yes.
Like hearing them talk about it is like hearing yourself
Yeah.
like joke around about things and then putting them into product. You know what I mean? Like,
And for some stupid reason, you don't really think about the people behind your favorite toys. You don't think there was a guy that did a sketch, a concept that became something, that became the toy that you played with as a fucking kid. Like, of course, you know this in the back of your head, but you never really thought of it. So this show, when it came, it was spot on. It was so good. And yes, the He-Man episode is...
The He-Man episode is great. And I love how, like, one of the designers was also working on, you know, they brought him in to do some of the turtle things just because of the He-Man stuff that he did back in the day, you know?
Yeah.
And they're all super old now. Yes. And it's still, they're such fucking nerds.
Yes.
They're all fucking nerds.
I love that, too. Like it's like looking into the future. It's like, that's what I'm going to be looking like, you know? Yeah. I hope.
Yeah, well,
and I hope I'm gonna be that geeky when I'm like 60 plus. But yeah. No, I want to revisit that whole show. Like, I think each and every episode was really good. Maybe the My Little Pony one wasn't all that whoop whoop, but
yeah, I'm gonna try to see the Barbie one next, I think.
Yeah, it was more interesting.
Like, I never played with Barbie.
No,
but Barbie's from Mattel, and Mattel has like done all of the stuff.
It is like one of the oldest toys.
Yeah. So, and I think also that it'll be interesting to see the evolution of Barbie. You know, since my daughter has been playing with Barbies, not anymore, but like, it's always been a thing somehow related to the toys that I did play with. You know, like, it's been around.
I mean, look at the Ken doll versus the Action Man doll.
Yeah. Like, so close.
Yeah.
Fucking, they just dressed him differently, you know, gave him a little scar or like on the cheek.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this is Action Man, not Ken, you know, like, you're like,
are you really? Yeah.
No, but he's a different type of plastic. Like, okay.
Exactly.
But I remember my friend bringing the first Action Man I ever saw before he reached Sweden from Australia, you know, like a year or more before he came to Sweden, before the commercials started and everything. But yeah, He-Man was it was so cool. And I love the whole idea behind it. You know, like, again, just to sell the toy.
Yeah.
They were making these toys to sort of like try to do something that the Star Wars people were doing, which was another big company that I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember them either.
But it was just to sell the toy, and they lied. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to release a comic that tells you the backstory. And then they were like, yeah, but kids, 5-year-olds don't read comics.
They're like,
yeah, we know that. And then like, but we have a show as well that is going to explain everything. And you're like, no, you don't. And they didn't.
No.
And then they made a TV show, you know, with Filmation that did a lot of the cartoons that we loved as kid. We know Brave Star and all of them. And it's just so cool to see that they just did it, you know?
Yeah.
And the first 10 seconds that you got to see from the movie as well was just great, you know, like, it's just so much fun. And, you know, like, and they made it super silly. It wasn't even supposed to be the silly that they made the show, you know, like, the cartoon was the silly one, and they were going for like this dark sort of.
Yeah. Like very, very manly and beastly, like, just testosterone filled.
And the the Prince Adam character is just a cartoon.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they weren't supposed to, like, they never thought that far that he was going to have like a dorky side.
No.
That was just the Filmation crew that just like, oh yeah, well, we can't just like throw darkness at the kids. We need to lighten it up, you know, and make it sort of funny and all that stuff that the toy makers didn't think about. And they hated all of it. You know, like, they didn't want him to wear pink. They didn't want him to do jokes. Skeletor's voice was stupid. Most iconic fucking bad guy ever. He-Man! I'm surrounded by idiots! And like, but he's iconic, you know, and everyone remembers Skeletor. Like, I loved Skeletor more than I loved He-Man.
Of course, he was the coolest character.
He was the coolest character. And maybe the only one I actually remembered the name of growing up, you know, like, except Man-at-Arms and stuff like that. But it's just like, Skeletor always stuck with me.
Yeah. Plus skulls.
Like, skulls, yeah.
Skulls.
Like, skull with a hoodie.
Fuck yeah.
Ding.
That's
hoodies.
Exactly. It's double win. Yeah.
Such a weird thing. But, oh man, I loved seeing the sketches for all of these. Like, I wish they showed more of that. Because the fucker is sitting right there with all this artwork
we
And
don't
he's
get to
just
see
like, you're
shit.
talking. You could be talking, but you could be filming
Show
down.
me,
Like,
show me.
yeah, just show me the stuff. Because that's
Yeah.
what I loved about the turtle ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They had so many characters, and they showed you a lot of the designs. I missed a little of that here.
Yeah.
They did show, like, still, they showed a lot of stuff, but I wanted more. You know, like, it's so much fun to see sort of how they designed Castle Grayskull, and then the characters couldn't fit.
You're like Kirsten Dunst in a vampire interview with a vampire.
I haven't seen that in years. That's maybe something we should rewatch at some point.
Oh, yeah?
That would be fun.
And Rice. Yeah. No, I did the Dopinder actually from Deadpool.
You're like a young Kirsten Dunst.
Exactly. Yeah. What's
Or
the
like,
moment?
I'm like a young Kirsten Dunst.
yeah.
You're like Tom Cruise. Oh, man.
Yeah, sorry, I had to. But speaking of He-Man,
Hmm.
have you heard or seen anything about the new one that Kevin Smith is doing? So he is continuing the show.
Mm-hmm.
So just, if I get it the way they explain it, if I understand this right, they are just continuing it.
No! Why?
So no, they're not changing the show. They're not doing anything new with it. It's the same, but
Oh,
just
shit. Okay.
the
I thought
story
you said
continues.
they were discontinuing it.
no,
That means
no,
they ending it.
no. They're just continuing it.
Okay, just continue. I heard discontinuing
No,
the idea.
So
and just like
so it's
not
just making it the way it used to be, and trying to hit like all of those nostalgia notes, but create new content for it. So because Kevin
Cool.
Smith is the geek that we all
he's a
know
nerd.
he is.
He will try to make it nerdy.
Exactly. And apparently like the scripts are looking good and everything is looking really good.
I'm just like, but Kevin Smith, bro.
Yeah, I know.
he does what he wants to do.
But he's surrounded by
Yeah.
some really genius people.
Okay, yeah.
So he's just leading this thing.
Dude, they fucked up so many He-Man reboots. So.
Exactly.
But I did like the He-Man in space, though, that they said was a flop. Like
Yeah,
the
I
one
haven't
with the
seen that one at
ponytail one, like it went on TCC all the time. I loved the fuck out of it.
I probably saw
But
it,
I loved
don't remember
all
it.
those cartoons. You know, like I
Yeah,
didn't have a
that's the
fucking...
thing.
Like
And they
those...
were all
Do you
pretty
remember
much
that
the
weird
same.
police show? I don't remember what it was called.
With those toys? Like
yeah, with the black police
Yeah, he had
sort
that
of...
claw arm thing.
Yeah,
right?
the one
Or
with
like,
the claw. Yeah, the thing.
shooting.
Yeah, the shooting thing with the dog, the robot
yeah,
dog.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Was it-
Cops. I think
yeah.
it was called Cops.
Or
even.
police force.
Yeah,
or
it was some
like
shit.
that.
Yeah. And it was great. I love that show.
Yeah.
It might have sucked all the dicks as well.
I think
Then you had Mask. You had Skeleton Warriors. Loved because of Warriors
skeletons.
And
yes.
remember
Bravestar.
remember that one that came super late before TCC sort of disappeared. The one where they had these like 3D goggle ones where you were supposed to like put on your 3D goggles. Like there was this like the protagonist was this kid that had this like helmet that had this one eye thing, and then you were supposed to put on your 3D goggles, and it didn't of course
Like it
work.
rings a bell. But
Like it was like such a new show, and we were like, oh my god, it's on now, and I don't remember anything about it.
no.
It came too late, you know. It was after Skeleton Warriors and all that.
Yeah. By that time, I was on drugs, anyways.
But it was cool. But yeah,
yeah. No,
sure.
fuck. I don't.
didn't
remember.
last.
Yeah. No, but there's so like
So
TCC
many shows,
is childhood.
Yeah.
Just everything.
Yeah, they did have everything because they
Yeah.
had these puppet shows. That
Oh,
I
yeah.
hated.
Oh yeah.
Like Rosie and
Rosie
Jim,
and Jim,
and they fuck. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that stupid show. Like there
And
were
Barney.
two puppets on a fucking boat going downstream. How
Yeah.
fun is that? And they always talked, and then there was the boat, and there was
then-
nothing else.
And then there was the song.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was only
That was
like
it.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it felt like fucking forever.
Yes,
and they
it did.
played it between every fucking show.
Yep.
That one and like you remember that fucking elephant?
Yeah. Nelly the elephant.
Okay. Okay. We were brainwashed.
Yeah.
Hated it. That one and Barney.
Yes.
I love you. Like
You love me. We're
a fucked up family. Yeah.
and the
no.
fingering of you.
I just heard what you said.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Holy shit, that was horrible. Like,
Yeah. But I mean, Barney sort of taught me how to
Do drugs.
Why? Yes.
Why you should do drugs?
Do drugs. I love you.
I love you.
But also the alphabet.
Yeah.
So I knew the American alphabet or English alphabet before the Swedish one, thanks to TCC. So
I knew how to spell cocaine thanks to Barney.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. But
yeah,
LSD was a thing.
Yes.
No.
Acid, baby.
Acid. Yeah.
But yeah. So He-Man.
He-Man. I didn't have that many He-Man toys though.
No,
like I had a few.
I think I had like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
and then
I had
the
very
cat.
few.
I remember, like both the cats, like Skeletor and He-Man's.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Battle Cats.
Battle
Cats.
I
think I had the green Battle Cat and a He-Man.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I ever got Skeletor.
I definitely had Skeletor. I still have Skeletor.
Because something cool that they did point out was that what they didn't do that they did with the Turtles was that they kept reinventing the 4 characters, or like the main cast, like the 4 characters plus Bebop, Rocksteady, and Shredder.
Yeah.
They kept reinventing them. Whereas in He-Man, they had like the first batch and then just kept throwing out bad guys until you sort of like, you didn't even have He-Man anymore. You couldn't even buy He-Man.
No, exactly.
Like, and maybe that's why I didn't have many of those characters. Like I bought, one.
Yeah.
Then, you wait until Christmas or something. Because it only was popular for like 3 years or 4 years, something like that.
It didn't feel like it was a thing.
It wasn't a long,
we were kids.
Yeah, the cartoon was super big.
Yeah.
But the toys that I never felt were there. Like the Turtles, G.I. Joe,
but
all that stuff was there in my face all the time.
But Turtles really just took over everything.
And they are still going strong today. That's the fucking cool thing about it.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, we keep going back to Turtles, obviously, but it's just, how does one come up with, an IP that can stand this long a period of time and still be so damn awesome?
Yeah.
Like, again, yes, they do reinvent themselves constantly.
They do.
But to this extent?
Yeah, but I think it is because it was new back then. Like, no one had ever done anything like it. And also that the people that loved them then
still love them
and introduce them to their families. Yeah.
That's it.
You want to share that old nostalgia with your kids, and I think that's why it goes round.
Yeah.
They could have done that with He-Man as well.
Yeah.
But, after a couple of failures, where do you sort of... Because there was, like, in that documentary, there's a fucking convention with He-Man nerds. And when I was in London earlier this year,
oh, man.
Dude, there are so many He-Man toys there. Like, there's even They Live He-Man.
They Live He-Man?
Yeah, He-Man, where you can take off his face, and it's like They Live underneath.
Oh,
they have so many fucking crossovers, and I regret not buying one of them, because it was like 200 crowns. And I was like, I'm not going to, like, have it. But now I regret it so much that I didn't buy one, and now Corona hit and everything.
Of course, yeah.
But they had so many cool versions of He-Man. Like, just the He-Man character, and then the rest of them as well. But so many cool versions packed in the exact same old-time packaging, like looking like the old thing.
That's so cool. I said ghoul, not cool.
I know.
Yeah.
I was going to remind, and then I'm just going to see if he does it himself. And
Yep,
he did.
I did it.
But it was just so fucking cool, man. And I love that there are conventions and nerds out there. And talking about that, I was looking at one of these like home gym sites that I work on, and this one guy's like, "Oh, guys, post one piece of like workout equipment that you bought just because you're a nerd." And he had the Sword of Omens from Thundercats, the He-Man Sword of Power, as sort of like weighted, like they're like brushed black metal to use for like movements in the gym, but you don't really, like they're weighted just pieces of metal shaped as swords. They're not sharp or anything, but they look so good.
What?
And it was from this like fringe workout thing. I don't remember what they were called, but like it was just such a cool fucking thing. So you get like a katana that I didn't recognize from anything, the Sword of Omens, and the Sword of Power.
Fuck yeah.
So fucking cool. Just like in all black, like they're not. They just have the silhouette of the fucking thing.
Oh, that's sick.
So instead of, like usually you have like a hammer or something, you're doing like movements. You can do that with swords now instead. Like it's so fucking cool. And they weigh like 5 kilos. What is that? Like 10 pounds or something.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Like,
sick.
and yeah. So I was very, very sort of like
tempted.
Yeah, to get one. Or like you get all 3 in a pack, I think.
Sword of Omens all the way.
Sword of Omens. Yeah, dude, it looks so cool. I'll show you later if I can find it. It's so cool. Like it's just an all black Sword of Omens, so it's way cooler because you can't recreate Sword of Omens. Like it has too many.
It's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you look at the sword, like it's it's supposed to be a diamond, the blade.
Oh yeah.
How do you recreate that cool? No, you won't. And then all the fucking details on it.
With
it's
the eye
gonna,
and the,
it's just gonna look like a fake sword. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But this was just a black silhouette Sword of Omens. Oh, so good.
Genius.
Yep.
Yeah, so smart though.
Yeah. And fully extended, of course.
Of course. Yeah. No short dicks here. I mean swords.
Baileys want big swords. For our workouts.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
I
haven't
seen
from
from
He-Man.
just to break the He-Man spell. No, Anna made me watch The Bucket List. That was really boring. And
The Bucket List.
Have you seen it?
No, I was thinking of Schindler's List. Never mind.
No. So this is Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, old farts, create a bucket list and they go out and do it.
I was just like, what?
Yeah.
They did what now?
Yeah, exactly. It's
2020 though.
Yeah, it's kind of old-ish.
Okay, the bucket list. No, I need to.
I'm sure it was good when it came out. It wasn't bad to be honest. Or
2007.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
But
I've never seen this movie in my life.
I'm kind of over all of these like sad kind of drama-esque movies. Like I want to see fun things.
I hate that I am like that now.
Yeah, I know.
But I am exactly the same. If it's too heavy, I'm just like I'll love it if I watch it, but I won't watch it.
Exactly. You need to.
I need to
initiate.
I need to force myself to do it.
I know. Yeah. But yeah, watch that. I can't recommend it. Fuck it. Bag of dicks.
Bag of dicks. Going to the bag of dicks.
And then we saw like this thriller-esque drama called Caliber, I think. It's
what are these movies?
It's just because like the last days of the reign of Anna. So like soon I will have all the time in the world to watch all of the stupid stuff that I want. Caliber. Yeah, it's like a British drama thriller-ish type
Caliber movie. I don't know what to search for.
On Netflix, kind of new.
Like Calibre.
Calibre, yes, that's it. That's the one.
Calibre.
And it's like,
it's a British
these
thing.
Two dudes go out hunting and they like accidentally shoot a kid. Spoiler alert. And it's about how they handled that situation. So it's good.
Yeah.
But while watching it, you kind of know
where it's going.
Yeah, it's not like super new in the way they think or do things, but
tell the story,
Yeah, exactly. Like but they made it in a way where it's very believable, so you feel for the guys and the actors are really good.
Yeah.
And it's very like in this rural like British countryside or even Ireland maybe.
So it said British, but whatever that means.
It's probably British. But it kind of feels like a Swedish crime movie in that way. It just feels like a little bit more real than an American one because they would have more action.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't like blow up. But yeah, so it's like it was a good watch. It doesn't go in the bag of dicks, but I'm not going to see it again. And like apart from that, I've only seen stupid stuff. I started watching Hilda after the talk with Maddie and Will. because they recommended it, and I really liked it. It's like very simple and cutesy.
Yeah,
but,
it's very cutesy, like in the way,
but fun. Like I enjoy it.
There's a mood to it. You
it
know,
is.
Like there is like it's super silly in the like it's you know it's made for children.
Yeah,
but there's something there for everyone.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't really feel like a kid's show.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it is super cartoony, like that. It looks like a kid's show.
Yeah.
Like a tiny kid's show.
No,
like
I just feel like
young-
Maddie drew the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like that's what it
That's
looks
what
like.
I felt
It
as
just
well,
feels
yeah.
so Maddie.
Mm.
Yeah, I love the respect that Hilda has for like nature and well the fantasy realm, I guess. But
Yeah.
just there's so much respect there, and you know that's something that I, as an old fart now, am missing from the world. And I love that they focus so much on it. So
Yeah.
hopefully, like the kids grow up watching the show will take that to heart a little
Yeah.
bit. Respect nature.
And something I'm
shit.
thinking about that one as well is like how much is in her head
Mm-hmm.
and how much is out there. You know what
But
I
her
mean?
mom's
Like,
in on it too.
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's true.
so
I totally
like,
forgot. Yeah.
Because when in the first couple of episodes, the mom's not really there.
Yeah.
But then
she's
she's
That's true,
there.
that's true.
So like they're both in on it.
Yeah.
And she sees
But
what she
that's
sees.
yeah. But I'm thinking that maybe the mom is playing along, you know,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
super cute
It
as
could
well. Like
definitely
it's
be that.
no, it's just an awesome idea.
She's got a aneurysm. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Hilda is actually in a coma.
Yeah. No, but whatever you do
Dark
with it,
twist.
yeah. No, but it would be cool, like sort of like an undertone to the thing, without ever saying that it is that way. You know, like just have that.
And I rewatched the entire Love, Death, Robots. Just while drawing and like zoning out, pretty much. But fuck, I love that show. God, I love that show. It's still, I can't understand that they actually got to make it, and it's like a Netflix thing. So fucking dope. And I also saw the first episode of season 2, The Alienist.
The what now?
The Alienist. It's a
Never heard of it.
Netflix show. It's set in like the 1800s in America. America! Fuck yeah. And it's about like just when they started realizing that there is like forensic science in terms of like when murders and stuff happen. So it's like it is a crime-esque thing. Well, not esque. It is definitely like a crime show. But it's very well made. It's with Dakota Fanning. It's with the guy who played
Could talk to horses.
Dracula, the last, like Dracula 2000. I don't know if you've seen.
No.
What else is he in? He's in like a little bit of everything. But I can't fucking think of a good thing that you would like. Oh, that guy. It doesn't matter. Anyways, and have you seen Inglourious Bastards? Do you know the sniper German guy that keeps hitting on the blonde chick?
Don't remember. It's been ages now.
Okay. He's like super fucking annoying in that movie. And he's like, can't take the hint that she just does not want to be with him. Anyways, he's the alienist. And all of them are really good actors, is what I'm trying to say. So it's like, it's a really great show. It's up there with Mindhunter, if you've seen that show.
I've seen that show.
Sort of on the same thing, but this is like in the 1800s. So I can recommend. I loved the first season. I pretty much did not want to stop watching it. It was very interesting. And the second one starts out so dark. Spoiler alert, but you know, how do we make like the serial killer type of show more interesting? Oh, let's have the serial killer focus on infants.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's
so
dark.
It's so dark. Like, and I've only seen the first episode, mind you, so I have no idea how this will pan out. But you know, from the get-go, yeah, they've got me. So yeah, I think that's like the biggest takeaway from me this week, apart from how much I love.
Yeah, and you're gonna be
Love Death Robots.
shit. So we're gonna have a lot more retro.
Oh, you.
From you, I mean.
Yeah. The thing I need to start writing down stuff again, because I'm gonna watch so much that I keep forgetting stuff.
Something that was super funny as well was when you talked about the He-Man movie last time. Like not last time, but a couple of episodes ago.
Oh yeah.
And now I got to see some clips from that movie again, and it got me super intrigued to like see it.
Oh yeah.
Because it looks shit. They were like,
it looks shit.
No, but both the woman,
Courtney Cox.
Yes, Courtney Cox, but the other lady as well.
Eh?
Yeah, she is an she's the wife to isn't she the wife to Bruce Willis' wife in
in the last
Boy Scout. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like, she's so fucking familiar.
So fucking hot.
And today I remembered who she was.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to watch
shit.
this. Yeah, I need to watch this.
Nice catch.
Yeah, because I just saw it, like the fast clips that they had.
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten all about that movie.
It's like just her in aerobics outfit, like primitive aerobics uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but dude, that like the masks and everything.
Oh man. Oh god. Yeah.
I just need to see that movie. Like it's.
Well, I have 2 Blu-rays of it, so you can have one of them.
Yeah, and then
we could do a giveaway. Actually, I think it's.
Ooh, that would be super fun.
Yeah. We'll do.
Because otherwise, I'll just give it back to you in 2 years.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I don't remember if you gave this to me, but you can have it back.
Yeah. No, we'll. Let's do that. Like
that's how you should buy me gifts. You just buy them.
And then
like movies, and then I just give them back to you, or have them as giveaways.
Fantastic.
You just like,
no,
I'm not gonna watch
back
this.
To me. I
think
that's better.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. And I did also rewatch the Batman one again that we talked about last week.
Which one did we talk about?
Death in the Family.
Oh shit!
Just to really make sure what the fuck was happening in that movie. And yes, it is just a straight up retelling of it's
a money grab.
The Red Hood story.
Okay.
But then also with these different, like, it's an anthology movie. So it's small, different movies in a movie. But yeah, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Really. You like it. The cover of it is really epic, and it's like a death in the family. And you think they've made, because that book is epic, like it's, they kill off Robin, that's the thing of the book. So you think they're going to make it into this really cool new movie, and no. It's just, it is.
They just make the same movie.
It's exactly
clips from those movies you've seen with bags of dicks on them.
Exactly. It's exactly what Maddie said last episode. It is how it should have ended, with when Batman and Superman is like sitting there in the coffee shop talking. It's that. It is that.
Stupid.
Yeah. Like, seriously, DC, fuck you for stealing my money. Like,
yeah. Oh, you even paid for it.
Of course. Yeah, and even, like, there's, so I think there's 3 or 4 different smaller movies. Let's say it's three because they're cheapos. And even the third one of those 2 is something that you got with another movie that you bought.
By the way, have you seen that Vampire Batman one?
The Dracula one, Batman versus Dracula.
Not Batman versus Dracula, but Batman. Like, he looks like a robot vampire type of thing. Shit, what's that called? Now I'm getting all these, like, I saw the trailer and he just like he bites someone and stuff like Batman does. Not.
Oh.
It came out like years ago when I was still a king.
Does it like? What is the animation more cutesy or more traditional?
It's like weird. Like it looked a bit. But I'll try to find it because there are not that many movies.
Because I think I've seen something from it and tried to find it and like totally forgotten about it.
Not the one with Dracula.
Because the one with Dracula I have, and I really love that one.
Yeah,
like
I remember that one.
It's just fun and cute.
But it's not that one.
No, because I remember.
Oh, this one, I think it is. Yeah, what the fuck is this one called? Let me see here. It's this one. And it's called so much as, come on, Gods and Monsters?
Yeah,
that rings a bell. One?
That rings a bell.
Like, he looks like some type of robot fucking vampire. Like, it's not the best image, but I think it's this one.
Yeah. No, I own that one.
You do?
Yeah. Yes.
What the fuck is this?
So that one is you follow sort of the Justice League from an alternate universe that are
Of course.
almost like the boys. Like, they're bad.
Okay. So they're anti-heroes.
So Batman became a vampire and is like killing people.
Yeah.
But he's still Batman, so he's like super smart and does all of that.
Oh shit.
Superman is like Homelander,
Jesus.
kind of.
Yeah.
Like, and same with Wonder Woman and stuff. Like, we can watch it at some point.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I have it on Blu-ray.
Is it worth watching?
Yeah, like, I enjoyed it. I've seen it a couple of times. So it was that one. But I remember seeing, and I might have made it up.
Yeah.
But seeing another Batman versus like a vampire thing as well, that I just can't remember what, or if I've even seen the movie, or if it was
I'm
something
not sure that's the one I meant.
No, but that looks but that is the one that I've seen at least, and it's it's okay, it's good, it's in line with the other sort of
I really
DC
like
animated
Batman
movies.
in Gaslight, or by Gaslight, or whatever the fuck.
I love that one too.
The animation isn't the best, but the mood is awesome.
The mood and the story is great.
Yeah, and the story, oh man, the story was good. But we've talked about that one.
Yeah.
Let's not do that again, but
nope,
it was good.
Yes. I just keep coming up with more and more shit that I've seen, so I'll just stop. But I haven't really seen anything new apart from the stuff that I have said. But so there will definitely be more geeky retro stuff in the future. And I will also try to talk a little bit more about comics and books in general.
Yeah, we've been asked to talk about books and art books and real books and
I do have a little bit of insight when it comes to books, but I don't feel like I know enough to like brand myself as any type of professional. I've like only worked with books. I don't know much about them. But I would gladly share the little I know, and also about the books that I do own and how I use them and so and so. So yeah, for sure, talk about that in a future episode. But yeah, do you have anything else that you
I haven't seen anything or read anything.
Oh yeah. Something that I have to touch on before we go.
Do it, Robert.
Tsushima. I have to, because for some brilliant reason, Tsushima just decided to, I'm just going to make a totally new game out of the game that you have, and also give you even more content than you thought you wanted.
Yeah.
So apart from the add-on, which is the Legends, I think.
I don't know what it's called.
And that's where you can do the co-op thing. So you can play that single person or co-op, which is awesome. Up to 4 people, I think.
What?
Yeah.
I don't even have 4 friends.
There you go.
So sad.
But they also made the entire first game into like a plus mode. So once you've finished it...
Yeah, but that's always built in.
Yeah. So that might be because I finished the game then, I guess.
Yeah, it's because you finished the game.
But now I can go in and I can play it from the beginning with all the skills that I have, but not any of the gear.
Yeah, that's Witcher as well. Like you can replay it,
exactly.
on fucking Death March.
And of course I did. Started playing that fucking thing again. And it is, like, it looks new. And there are a lot of new, cooler masks and shit that you can get and suits. And so I am, like, still fucking all in fucking Tsushima.
Just went back.
Yeah, just went straight back. After starting Spider-Man again. I'm like, yes,
so many things.
Yes, like, fuck yeah, I'm going to play Spider-Man now. And then, like, you just saw that little thing, like, Tsushima updated to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ooh.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I never, like, if I've started a game, I don't try any other game.
Yeah.
Because of that reason. Like that, I will start playing the other game. And then, like, ooh, this other game is done. Like...
And then I started playing Far Cry 5.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, you can't play all of them. That's why I'm just holding off and waiting for Cyberpunk.
I think that's the smart move.
77. But yeah, that game I think is going to be like make me hate what I'm doing right now in art and just want to do that.
Yeah, I love the fact that they postponed it a little bit longer.
Oh man, that's something I forgot to take up on the whole Inktober Opa thing. Like I'm thinking of
Cyberpunk 77.
Yes, actually, I saw another. I gotta stop saying actually. I was drawing the other day, and it just hit me that I don't know what kind of world they live in. Right now, I've been just drawing forests and like ruins.
They're just in the backyard.
Yeah. But I was thinking of making it a bit more sort of post-apocalyptic. So the world has sort of, it had all this tech stuff, but now it's sort of broken and there are like old machines and stuff still working. Like you could find like sturdy motorbikes and stuff like that.
So like Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, exactly. So like civilization has gotten, like it didn't get zeroed.
Yeah.
Because in Zero Dawn, they're like fucking...
Zero.
They're zero, yeah. It's just fucking cavemen. People know how the world used to be. Like in Zero Dawn, they don't know shit. So I'm thinking that my story will have people, there are shops, there are all of these things. There are machineries, like you use old... complex machines for simple tasks, but if they break down, nobody knows how to fix them. Or like some people do know. But there was something magical that ruined the world, So because I wanted to draw,
that's
like
a good hook too.
And I wanted to draw sort of Opa, sort of driving like this old like army motorcycle, with like the big wheels and then have
like
sort of brim sit on the fucking either side or the back. Like the machine, like it's so big that, and it's just like, but I can't draw that shit to save my life.
Of course you can.
But again, not choosing the simpler route, like not doing it because I can't draw it, but rather just forcing myself to learn how to draw it as well. So it is because I know personally that I'm already getting tired of the things that I am drawing.
Yeah.
Like trees and rocks and moons and water. And I want to add complexity to it and be able to, like, if I'm going to draw this for a long time, make it interesting for me.
Yeah.
And by learning new things.
That's so important, dude.
Yes. That's why I'm thinking of putting it, like nature has taken over. Basically nature, we use magic to the point where we fuck the world. And the world fucked us back, So instead of sort of like it took the magic and then just blew it back in our faces and made us like incapable of using it somehow.
Okay.
And now, she's the outcome of this somehow. And the world is like vegetation is just like grown over things like in a way faster, like the world reclaiming its sort of like trying to bring down pollution, take away everything. So the world has somehow like fought back.
Yeah.
And now
it's the like world mutated nature.
Exactly. Like and animals have grown. Everything has like changed. And we live in this new world now and people are adapting to it. That's where we come in basically, where people have adapted somewhat. People can still remember, or maybe it's the second generation. I don't know. Like, I don't know how far into this change I should go, but I don't want it to be, like, I want it to be a distant memory, but still in their memory, like not a million years ago this happened, but
they're like on the last generation of people that remember
stuff. Exactly. The old people remember still, and then you have this new generation.
I love that.
So it's basically World War, something happened, and we still have the survivors there. So I think that's like a good enough distance from what happened. And then I can introduce all these cool things that I want to do with it. So
fantastic. Yeah, and that just opens up everything, really. Yeah. There's no no-goes.
Yeah, exactly. And I can make spaceships if I want to. I can make whatever I want to shove into this story. I can do that.
That's great.
And I'll still try to limit it to something,
Well, you have
but now I don't have to. Right now, I can just play around with like old inventions and stuff, and.
Well, it just because that's going to keep it interesting as well for us wanting to read it.
Yeah,
it's like, but what's going to come next? Like, Because it might be a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex coming in next time.
No, but that,
you know,
but that could
like,
be a thing. Yeah,
there's no limit.
But
like,
I feel like I need
way.
to rethink Oppa now. You know what I mean? Like I need to, and
not
I don't know.
necessarily.
No. I just mean like her design. Like I
Yeah.
need to make her work in this new world with
But
the
I
new
mean,
things.
it just you don't have to limit it to just the one character. There could be multiple different characters that we can follow. You know, further along the line. She's just one piece of this chessboard that you have, and you know, go with it. So
yeah, I really like. I don't have a story.
no,
That's
because
the thing,
she's so perfect the way she is.
Mm.
And of course, I want her to be like the lead character. But
Yeah.
you don't have to push everything into that character. You know what I mean?
Definitely not. I
Step
just
out,
want her
look
to.
at-
Yeah.
There's a big world that
Mm.
you are creating here. So yeah, and I
That's
just,
terrifying. though.
because you were talking about this, I remember that I actually saw a really good movie, Onward. I finally saw it.
Oh, you finally saw it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
finally saw it. Yes, I loved it. I really fucking loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was gonna be like this cheesy Disney whatever.
Mhm.
It was awesome.
It has the Disney cheesiness
Yeah,
in
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like spot on now, I think.
Mhm.
Like with all the geeky fandom stuff, with the Dungeons and Dragons related things and all of that. And also having like the olden days are gone and technology is taken over and like
Yeah, but yeah.
all of that good stuff. Like pretty much because you were talking about it, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. So if you haven't seen Onward, you have to check it out.
Yeah.
I really fucking loved it.
I think Onward is best when you don't know what it's about.
Exactly.
Because I thought it was going to be a bigger adventure
Mhm.
in the way that, like Brave.
Yeah.
For me, Brave, when I saw it, I was like, that was it?
Exactly.
Like, that was the story? Like, because they painted it in the trailer like it was going to be this big
Epic.
thing,
Yeah,
epic
yeah.
battles. And then you're like, oh, it's about a tale about this little princess that doesn't want to get married. And then, like, some family strife.
Yeah.
That was it. There was nothing more. You know, like,
What is it?
and I love Brave.
Yeah.
Like it's visually very nice.
Mm.
Story wise, it's okay, but it works.
Yeah.
And this Onward is like
same.
It's a bigger adventure, but it's still like very contained, I think.
Yeah. But like I loved all of the characters. I loved so much about this movie. So I will definitely be watching it again.
And now I can see it in English because when
Yes.
I think I bought it on Viaplay or rented it.
Yeah, I bought it.
It was
on
only on
PlayStation.
Swedish.
It was only
Yeah.
on Swedish when I bought it too.
Yeah.
Which sucks because it was the only one available.
Yeah.
So I just automatically thought I would be able to change language once I
Oh
had
yeah,
bought
you
it.
talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was no changing,
Yeah.
nothing, and then
Yeah.
there was no giving back
Yeah.
or taking back my money. Like,
But it's on Disney
yeah, that's where I saw it now.
in English. Yeah.
In English. But it's weird because it's still like the Swedish writing in
What?
it. Yeah. Because we are in Sweden, so they
Oh
obviously
shit!
do
So
it
you
that
get
way.
the okay.
So it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
whenever
okay, I
they're
get it.
writing on paper or like
Yeah, yeah, it's
doing
in
like this
Swedish.
list, it's all written in Swedish. So really,
Weird.
it sort of takes you out of it a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But loved the movie. Loved, yeah. So that was it. Now I will not mention nothing.
But
nothing
we're
more.
done. We're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, we're done. I will not talk anymore.
Onward.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to wrap up. And dude, you made me so fucking hype for your story now. You need to do this. You need to do
Yeah, I'll
this.
buy the motorcycle. I fucked myself over.
Get Clip Studio.
Yes, I saw they had like 3D references.
Yes.
And shit.
Yes.
I'm not
I
gonna
got
do
it
that.
all.
I'm gonna draw them.
Yeah. Anyways, thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
all
you, all
for
5 of
listening.
you,
all
for listening. Yeah.
We are your friends.
We are your friends. We come in. Pew 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 pew.
Don't run. We are
Your
your friends.
friends.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
Woo.